I'm about to share with you a horrendous joke about the state of the world today. And it is all because of the people running the White House and Washington, the corridors of power in this area, in this building. What's the joke? The joke is the United Nations. Wait until you hear the depths that it has fallen, even worse than before. The United Nations General Assembly voted for Israel to pull out all IDF soldiers and civilians out of Judea, Samaria, and Gaza. That's not only the soldiers fighting in Gaza today to defend us, but me and my family and my friends and the close to 1 million Jews who live in Judea and Samaria and Jerusalem. Or in the words of the United Nations resolution itself, it called for Israel to, quote, end without delay its unlawful presence in occupied Palestinian territory within 12 months, including all soldiers and civilians. In essence, the UN General Assembly, which was voted on by a vote of 124 to 14 on Wednesday, September 18th, was a vote to strip Israel of the right to self-defense. We're not allowed to be there, and our enemies can get away with literally genocide against us. It calls on the IDF to withdraw to the pre-1967 armistice lines within 12 months. The resolution also calls on all member states not to sell arms or military equipment to Israel that would be used in Gaza, Judea, or Samaria. What about Hezbollah? What about Hamas, Iran, Qatar, funding terror? Nothing. Never has there been a resolution against Hamas, Iran, Qatar to free our hostages. Never have they voted on resolutions against Iran, Hezbollah, and Lebanon to end the rocket attacks on Israeli sovereign territory that they began launching without provocation after October 7th. No. And the United Nations even has the gall to give Israel a timeline, 12 months. Our captives have been held for close to 12 months. They've done nothing. And they're telling us we have to leave our ancestral homeland? What evil. Don't you think the world should have given a timeline for Hamas, Iran, and Qatar to free our captives in Gaza, if nothing else? We are literally witnessing the world powers exhibit absolute evil. The United Nations vote made no mention of the horrific October 7th massacre of innocent Jews. No blame on Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, or Qatar. No, the resolution is 100% focused on making Israel the bad guy, and we need to be pressured to leave our ancestral homeland, ignoring all the evil that we're up against and the desire to destroy Israel. Total evil. And even worse, guess who one of the sponsors of the vote was? Maybe you guessed it. The non-existent state called Palestine that was recently voted as a permanent member to the United Nations. We are witnessing a total evil at the international level like never before. And guess why the United Nations can get away with this evil? Because the world powers know that the Biden-Harris administration allows them to. That is why President Trump recently said that if Harris wins the elections, that Israel would cease to exist, because he knows the United Nations would be able to get away with allowing our enemies to destroy us. And that is exactly the plan of the world powers, that a future Harris administration would allow to happen, while always saying, oh, but Israel has a right to self-defense. Israel once had a United Nations ambassador named Abba Eban, who clearly called the 1967 armistice lines the Auschwitz borders. If the world would succeed in forcing Israel to expel all 1 million Jews in areas that it deems illegal in Judea and Samaria and the areas of Jerusalem, then it will bring about the destruction of Israel. And Harris, an administration, the Democrats, would allow it to happen. Because all of Israel's enemies will be so empowered to destroy Israel, knowing the international community and the Harris administration would remain silent as they do so. And it's already happening. They're silent as they're already trying to destroy Israel, allowing it to happen. So with all this, why am I optimistic? Because the truth is being exposed, and because our enemies will fail. Think of it like this. If the world turns on Israel, the whole world will erupt into chaos. Because the axis of evil in the world will take advantage of the international community's weakness to then destroy all the freedom-loving countries as well. America, you're on the chopping block. Iran, China, Russia, they want to destroy America. So they say there's a green light for Israel. They're going to do it here as well. And when that happens, Israel will do what it has to do to destroy our enemies, because all the other countries will be in survival mode as well. Yes, here in America, you're going to be in survival mode, unable to focus on castigating Israel for doing what we need to do to defend ourselves. So we're not going to expel all 1 million Jews, and we're going to remain in Judea and Samaria. Ultimately, we must hold on and strengthen our faith in God above. We keep on standing up for truth. We keep on fighting and doing what we have to do. And God above will do the rest. Pray, pray, pray. These are crazy, insane times where evil is literally being celebrated and encouraged by world powers, including by the Biden-Harris administration and in the halls of Congress. But we will overcome. Am Yisrael Chai. Crazy times. We're going to overcome it, everybody. If you're not yet a subscriber for the belief-based, inspiring, politically incorrect truth about Israel, the Jewish people, and the freedom-loving world, go subscribe to Pulse of Israel on pulseofisrael.com. And we are a donor-based organization. We need your support in order to make our videos and get them promoted and seen so people can see them, because we're heavily censored on social media. Support Israel and call out this insanity and evil in order to defend your lives. It's not about Israel. It's about saving your lives. Stand up strong for Israel. Stand up strong for the Jewish people. And stand up against the evil of this Jew-hating, Marxist, globalist agenda to destroy Israel and humanity in the name of Palestine. Everybody, I can't wait to be making these videos back in our ancestral homeland, Judea and Samaria, and Jerusalem. In the meantime, shalom everyone, and thanks for watching.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.